Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the next-gen consoles. So, we did get that patch this morning. Sorry for my voice, I'm still a little sick, but yeah, we got that patch, 60 FPS on next-gen consoles, and we did not take as big of a visual impact as I thought we might. Yeah, we did lose some clarity in the distance for sure. Everything still looks pretty good up close. So essentially is what happened is instead of having that native 4K that we had prior to the patch with more clarity in the distance, it did go back to what it was. I feel like it's a little bit better than it was on the Xbox One X, but it definitely does look a little softer in the distance. Everything up close still looks pretty sharp, pretty good. So overall, I'd say this is a pretty big win because we now have a solid 60 frames a second. We have no screen tearing. We have like it's beautiful. Like this is Odyssey at its finest. Yeah, I would have loved to been able to keep that clarity and stuff, but at the end of the day, playing Odyssey at 60 frames a second is pretty freaking amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I got up this morning, woke up really early, started playing it for a while. I was gonna make another video on that, but I'm kind of getting ready for Gamescom 2021, the Xbox show. We'll be going live with that here in about 45 minutes, so I wanted to get this video out and get you guys informed. Yeah, this patch is awesome. This is something that we've been wanting for a long time since we got these new consoles. Odyssey, I know that if you're an Assassin's Creed fan like myself, like this is major for you. This is big. Like we are finally to a point where we can play Assassin's Creed games, big open worlds at 60 frames a second. And Valhalla has led the way for that. So I will always be forever grateful to Assassin's Creed Valhalla for going that extra mile and giving us that 60 FPS and still retaining a beautiful open world. In Valhalla, we still do get screen tearing. It has been patched out a lot. The biggest offender still is it's almost pretty rare now for the most part from when I've been playing, but I have it on PS5 and Xbox Series X, so the screen tearing on the PlayStation 5 is well, I would say they're about even now. I would say they're pretty close to being in sync. So when we get to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like this is one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games out of the new three. It's something about the Greek setting that I really appreciate and I really care about, and I like the attention to detail that they went into with this game. This game is massive. It's fun to play. I've got over 140 hours into just my main story on this, whereas my second playthrough, I'm about 30 hours into my second playthrough with Cassandra, so that is the playthrough that I'm going to continue playing now that there's a 60 FPS patch. I love going back to these games. And the fact that it's gotten an update to 60 frames per second just makes that so much better to get back into this world and explore and have a good time. Odyssey's map is pretty big and it's pretty fun. And now that we have a 60 FPS patch for it, I can see myself playing a lot more and getting into this game more than I have before. We are still waiting to find out if we're going to get a 60 FPS patch for Origins as well. Seeing as that one's from 2017, I wouldn't really bet on it, but I feel like the reason Odyssey got a patch is because it was one of the highest selling Ubisoft Assassin's Creeds ever. Only shadowed by Valhalla now, I think. Valhalla sold more, so that's really good to see that Ubisoft is willing to go back and fix these. I would really appreciate them to really touch up Unity and Syndicate for that matter. Those are the last two that we had, that were closer to the original formula, and I would really love to see those games shine. on the next gen consoles. So fingers crossed. Definitely hoping for that. And Ubisoft, if you're listening, I really appreciate you guys going in and fixing this game and giving us a 60 FPS patch. This is amazing. This is why I continue to, support, Ubisoft long term, because they make some of my favorite games, and I really appreciate the worlds that they create, these open worlds. So yeah, normally I'm right there when one of their games come out, and I'm a day one buyer. So yeah, I really appreciate it. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.